Alright guys, what's going on? Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 2014. Um, just got over here this morning. We've been cutting trees down. Did that all day yesterday. So we're coming to check on the aftermath here. Got some coffee, and we're going to see what all we have already cut up here. I've got to go get a chainsaw and go pick up the truck. That one's all split up, and then this is my gold right here. This is cedar. That's 12 foot or so of cedar. And then there's a bunch of oak. And that's all diced up. The big piece back there beside up there, that one's diced up, but the other one's not. This was a cherry tree. It came down. That's got to be diced up. The biggest log here, the dude who came with the bobcat to push this one over when he cut it, he had a real nice steel chainsaw, a big bar on it. I don't even know what size. It was bigger than any chainsaw I have, and my chainsaw would just barely be big enough to go through that. So he was so gracious enough to cut this up for me, and he cut this one up too. It didn't go all the way through, but he cut 90% of it. I can bust it the rest of the way with an axe to separate it, but he did cut it. And here's some other piece of gold. That's the bottom trunk part of the cedar, and it's got 3 or 4 knots up at the top, but the whole bottom part of the shaft is just smooth as can be. That's good money right there. Cedar brings in money down here. In case anybody didn't know, if you have cedar and it's good size and it's aged, it's worth money. Lots of local lumber yards and places like that will buy it from you, but do not cut it up into pieces. Keep it in keep it in pieces as long as you can. Like, I'm butchering my words, I apologize. But don't cut it up into logs like that. Keep it one long piece. As long as you can still move it that way. If you have to cut it into 2 really long pieces to move it in your truck, that's fine. But anything else I wouldn't recommend, because it depreciates the value of what you can do with the wood. I'm not even sure what kind of tree this was, honestly. I'm not good at trees, but that one came down. They had to push it into the woods. It fell on my Sears Suburban frame over here. I wasn't very happy of that. The limbs just caught it though. The trunk itself didn't crush it. But I took the Suburban hood and it's up over there. I really need to do something with it. All this is from the tree they cut down there, and then they cut down one over there. You can see it laying. The only problem was when it came down, I can't even remember what kind of tree it was that used to grow. There's one piece of it still growing right there, but there's a big piece that came off this way. And it's some type of special tree. It literally rises and lays back down according to the sun. In the morning it droops, and as the sun comes up, those limbs will actually go up with the sun, as though it's reaching for the sunlight. But when he cut down that one for us too, it came down too close and nicked the edge of it and took it down. So wasn't happy about that, but it's okay. And then over here, I had one right here beside the building. He took it down. And then this one, and then that one right there, those 2 big logs, and then he cut it up again up there. But I'm gonna have to go back and cut it up into pieces. And then all the woods back through here, I'm gonna try to cut out too, hopefully this winter. About 90% of all this we're gonna use for firewood. We're gonna cut it up and split it and take it to Tim's grandfather's, Pawpaw Easler. And this part of the blog is going to be just for personal remembrance years later down the road. So this doesn't really pertain to my subscribers. This is just like a mental note for myself and anybody else in the family that goes back and watches it. But today's the day that the day after the surgery that Papa Easler had for his leg, because this is also the follow-up week after he had the operation on his foot. And Papa Smart is also in the hospital. He fell and shattered his hip. So all our family's prayers are with both our grandparents right now. It was hard enough having one grandfather in there, not having two. But everything will be okay. We'll get through it. Everything will be good. And he'll come back home hopefully for too long with plenty of firewood to keep warm this winter. That was just my own personal mental note I had to throw in there. Like I said, that doesn't really pertain to my subscribers. But then there's this tree. This one was huge. It was the biggest one. That's the one that he cut up over there for me. I mean, it was a good sized tree. And all this has got poison oak growing in it. So I'm gonna level these bushes and have the stumps ground down, and then try to get grass to grow right here. The ground was kind of damp, not really. They were gonna cut them down last week for me, but the ground was way too wet then, so there was no way that could be done. The Bobcat would have sunk. But minimal damage to the yard. They were in and out of here within a day. For what they did good. I came in yesterday with Papa Henry's little Mazda or Ranger, Ford Ranger, and the Tim drove Papa Easler's Chevrolet, the 2500 work truck, and we were going to get all this out of here, but we couldn't. They had all the machinery in the driveway, and you can see where they scarred a little. It's nothing major though. And so we couldn't get in and out of here, load it up today. So I'm thinking maybe here shortly, if I don't have anything to do, because I'm not sure what our plans are for today, I might go pick up the Ranger and come over here and get all these and have Tim help me load up those, and then some of the ones in the backyard that they cut up. But this is just a little update on the trees that we're taking down. Halfway update on the Corolla. Sorry to bring a car into a regular vlog. Have to. Corolla's doing great. Lowered still, looking for some more springs, but still just ticking away, doing great. The Ranger did good yesterday. The Chevrolet we lost the key for, had to go find it. It's doing good, but got to go get a chainsaw because my Paulin chainsaw has disappeared. My big Paulin chainsaw will not run, and I'm too lazy to fix it right now. It probably just needs a new diaphragm in the carburetor. That requires work. I'm a lazy person, so I think I'm just gonna go borrow one because I don't have that much to cut up. I mean, this will take me a couple hours to get everything cut up into pieces, and then we'll take it up to Papa's house in North Carolina and split it up there. And then whatever we don't use, the scraps and butts and ends here and there, we're gonna take to David and Jesse's and do a really big bonfire to celebrate Harley and Tyler's wedding. But just a quick little update vlog. I don't know how much space I have left on my camera, so if this thing cuts off at any minute, I apologize. Just trying to get an update in here. Haven't done a video lately. This is why. Cutting trees, all that good stuff. So, weather's getting cold. Had to get these down. So, yeah, but I think that about does it. We're just gonna, when I get all these cut up and the other logs cut up and hauled away, once I get all that cleaned up, I'm gonna move all this junk back behind the building so you can't see it, and then start cutting into the woods. I'd like before next summer to have that tree, that tree, that tree, that one, that one, that one, that little one, that one, and that one right there all cut up and gone, so that we can start working our way farther into the wood line. But we'll see how things go. Hopefully everything goes good. And then once I get all that cut up, springtime comes, I'm going to start working on the lawn. Now that the trees aren't here to suck all the nutrients out of the ground, we should be able to get some really nice grass growing back here this year. So stay tuned for those if you haven't already subscribed, and thanks for watching. Like I said, this upcoming summer we're going to start with lawn care, getting the yard into shape again. I have dirt all over my shoes. I'm not getting back in my car like that. Yeah. Alright, well, I think that's a good update for today. And I've got some other stuff I got to do now, so I'm jumping off here. But thanks, guys, for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. You know, all that good jazz. Hit the like button if you found this mildly entertaining. And we'll see what happens as it goes on. I'll try to get some clips of us cutting them up and then splitting them. I don't know if that's even entertaining, but I'll do it anyway. Why not, you know? And then when I go to pick up the Ranger, since they never drive it, I'll do a cold start, maybe a driving video, because I don't think I have any videos of it on my channel. It's like a '02 model. It's only got 60,000 miles on it because he never drives it. So, alright, guys, but thanks for watching.